Grace Kelly portrait, circa 1955. Prince Rainier III and Grace Kelly engaged in Philadelphia. Princess Grace taking photos at a Monte Carlo swimming competition, 1972. Wedding of Prince Rainier III and Princess Grace in Monaco, April 19, 1956. Grace Kelly in Hollywood, days before leaving for Monaco to marry, April 1956. Grace Kelly wearing a green dress for St. Patrick's Day, 1954. Grace Kelly sorbets. Grace Kelly in the film Rear Window, 1954. Princess Grace at a UK airport, July 8, 1965. Grace Kelly portrait, early 1950s. Grace Kelly portrait, circa 1955. Grace Kelly wearing an evening gown, circa 1950. Prince Rainier III and Princess Grace attend a ball in Ireland, July 6, 1965. Grace Kelly wearing a black sleeveless top, 1954. Grace Kelly at the Cannes Film Festival before her marriage, circa 1955. Grace Kelly in a green satin dress portrait, 1955. Grace Kelly promoting To Catch a Thief, 1955. Grace Kelly and James Stewart in Rear Window. Princess Grace's family in Florida, circa 1963. Cary Grant and Grace Kelly on the beach in To Catch a Thief, 1955. Grace Kelly reading a magazine on St. Patrick's Day, 1954. Grace Kelly portrait at the Cannes Film Festival. Grace Kelly and designer Helen Rose reviewing wedding gown sketches, January 25, 1956. Grace Kelly portrait, circa 1955. Prince Rainier and Princess Grace strolling with their 3 children. Grace Kelly on the set of To Catch a Thief. Grace Kelly portrait, circa 1955. La princesse Caroline à la piscine de Monaco pour les compétitions annuelles de natation pour les jeunes. Photo by Renee Maestri, Sigma via Getty Images. William Holden and James Stewart joking about Grace Kelly's engagement ring on the set of Rear Window, 1954. Grace Kelly receiving the World's Film Favorite Actor Award from Gregory Peck, February 23, 1956. James Stewart and Grace Kelly promoting Rear Window, 1954. Princess Grace's civil wedding in Monaco, April 18, 1956. Princess Grace holding her firstborn, Prince Albert, March 1958. Prince Rainier III and Grace Kelly after announcing their engagement. Grace Kelly on the set of To Catch a Thief. Grace Kelly reading magazines with a friend, 1954. Grace Kelly wrapping up after a swim. Grace Kelly and Cary Grant driving in To Catch a Thief, 1955. (1954) Photo by Warner Brothers Pictures at Sunset Boulevard, Jack Corbis, via Getty Images. Princess Grace and Prince Rainier leaving the cathedral after their wedding, April 19, 1956. 1962 in Monaco. Photo by Keystone France Gamma Keystone via Getty Images. Prince Rainier III and Grace Kelly at her Philadelphia home. Princess Grace in Saint-Tropez. Grace Kelly portrait in a strapless gown with flowers, March 1954. Grace Kelly portrait in a strapless gown with flowers, March 1954. Duplicate. Princess Grace's family in Philadelphia, 1963. Former American film star Grace Kelly. Princess Grace attending an event with Prince Charles and Lady Diana, March 9, 1981. California. Photo by Michael Oakes Archives, Getty Images. Naost. Grace Kelly portrait in a swimsuit, 1954. Grace Kelly and James Stewart in Rear Window, 1954. Grace Kelly and James Stewart's kissing scene in Rear Window, 1954. Grace Kelly wearing a green dress for St. Patrick's Day, 1954. En avril 1976 à Monaco. Photo by Renee Maestri, yeah, Sigma, via Getty Images. Grace Kelly portrait in New York, circa 1953. Grace Kelly in a swimsuit in To Catch a Thief, 1955. William Holden and James Stewart pointing at Grace Kelly's engagement ring. Grace Kelly and Cary Grant on the set of To Catch a Thief. Princess Grace distributing Christmas presents at the Monaco Palace. Princess Grace having breakfast with daughter Caroline, March 1975. Grace Kelly wearing an evening gown at home. Bing Crosby and Grace Kelly in High Society, 1956. Doris Day, relaxing on a red couch, circa 1945. Doris Day on the set of A Touch of Mink, 1961. Doris Day by the pool at her home, circa 1955. Doris Day, recording in Los Angeles, 1962. Doris Day diving into her pool, circa 1940s. California in 1962. Photo by Leo Fuchs, Getty Images. Doris Day wearing a one-piece swimsuit, 1952. Doris Day making a phone call in her garden, circa 1955. Doris Day playing volleyball with friends, circa 1955. Doris Day singing and playing the piano, circa 1953. Doris Day celebrating her 8th wedding anniversary on the set of Pillow Talk. Doris Day posing in blue denim. Doris Day's scene in Where Were You When the Lights Went Out, 1968. Doris Day and Tony Randall in Pillow Talk, 1959. Doris Day and Rock Hudson in Pillow Talk, 1959. Doris Day and Bob Hope performing on The Pepsodent Show, circa 1948. Doris Day and Jack Lemmon in It Happened to Jane, 1959. Doris Day doing her makeup on the set of Love Me or Leave Me. Doris Day and Louis Jordan's record-breaking Long Kiss. Doris Day and Hugh Hefner holding a rescue dog at a charity party. James Garner accidentally cracking Doris Day's rib in Move Over Darling. Burt Lancaster and Deborah Kerr's classic kiss in From Here to Eternity. Deborah Kerr in a leopard print swimsuit on the beach, circa 1955. Burt Lancaster and Deborah Kerr on the beach in From Here to Eternity, 1953. Deborah Kerr in From Here to Eternity. Frank Sinatra and Deborah Kerr at a movie premiere, December 2nd, 1955. Deborah Kerr Portrait, circa 1945. Deborah Kerr Portrait, circa 1968. Elizabeth Taylor and Deborah Kerr in a golf cart in New York, circa 1970. The wife. Directed by Henry King and Frank Sinatra singing Happy Birthday to Deborah Kerr, September 30th, 1953. Deborah Kerr getting her hair and makeup done on the set of From Here to Eternity, 1953. Deborah Kerr portrait in New York, circa 1960. Deborah Kerr portrait in New York, circa 1955. Deborah Kerr at her home in Pacific Palisades, October 6, 1952. Deborah Kerr retrieving her own luggage at the port of New York, circa 1956. Burt Lancaster and Deborah Kerr in From Here to Eternity, 1953. Cary Grant and Deborah Kerr dining in An Affair to Remember, 1957.